What's up, everybody? So I'm off today. It was raining this morning, or I would have went to work. But it cut out and the sun came out. So I'm gonna do some walking around. I moved it around a couple times. I know I've said that I found the place, and the reason I didn't do a video of where I want to put the house is, well, I kept changing my mind. I'd get to looking around and there wasn't quite enough room without cutting a bunch of trees, and then I'd find another spot and there was dead branches and stuff that we're not going to be able to got to that would possibly fall on the house. So I eventually found one, but I was off yesterday too. Part of the reason the videos are slower is I'm back to working full time, and I'm back on one of these jobs where I can't really stop and record things. I got to get as much done as possible. So, yesterday though, I finally got my living area kind of cleaned up, and gosh, it feels a lot better. Broke the weed eater out. Spring kind of snuck up on me, and next thing I knew, I had all these little trails everywhere, and I had the cars parked in the yard, and I'd walk out the camper door, and I couldn't even really move around hardly. So I spent some time yesterday getting it cleaned up and making some room, and then I'm gonna bring you guys with me on a walk down to where the house is going to be and show you all what's going on there. But this is Rip Dog walking in. It's about how it has been. Kind of keep stuff dry under there. Trailers pulled in. I cleared a bunch of room over there over the past month or so, so now I can get the truck out of the way. And I was kind of jumping around there, but that opens up all of this. This I've had full of cars and just so much stuff. This has been all cramped in since I've gotten here, and this is one of the first times it's like I actually have room to move. And you can kind of see the shower set up. I got the shower bag temporarily, and eventually we'll get this tank set up and hot water and all sorts of good stuff. But for right now, I just use that shower bag, and it does all right. It's nothing awesome. I bought a cheap one, but I kept clearing. It is kind of hard to tell. I'm seeing on the phone, but this was all, well, as thick as that yesterday. So got my trail into here where the shed goes. I'm getting ready to lay this thing out over the next week or so. Start digging holes and setting posts, but as you see, this is about the line where I stopped cleaning up, and it's thick. And it was hard to walk around without getting into poison ivy and shit. So now I can walk around out here, not barefoot yet, but definitely in sandals. So we're clear. This is kind of a backyard area now. This was all overgrown as could be. Just kind of got myself a good perimeter around here where it's not all overgrown. Bunch of materials and stuff. All that'll get used one day, believe it or not. And then, I'm still kind of tight right here, but the road's right there. So eventually, these are the logs for the shed. These will be my posts. I'm learning quite a bit about this property. I'm pretty sure this and this are big old sassafras trees that I've actually learned are kind of like cedar. They last longer, which means the bark's going to be a pain in the ass to get off, but I'll get it figured out. And that's the gist of it. It was a lot of weed eating and chopping limbs and stuff. So that's nothing super exciting, just basic yard work. But I'm pretty stoked to show you guys where the house is gonna go. So let's take a stroll. driveway, some parking for the car. I mean, there was a point where I was living here and I was just like, man, I'm on 5 acres, but I'm basically living in a campground, you know. I'm not spread out in any kind of way. So I'm just trying to fix that now. The reason I'm going this way instead of just cutting through the woods is because I bring the machete with me, and as I walk down here to this spot, anything that I'm gonna have to deal with eventually is might as well cut it while I'm walking down there. Got my pepper plants. If anybody was watching these videos when I first started making them, these used to be in my house in Springfield over the winter. It's kind of hard to make this guy out. Sugar Rush Peach right there, and they're flowering up. I should have peppers in no time, and then this is a chocolate habanero that's got its flowers out too. So I keep waiting for, living here in the Midwest, man, I don't get a lot of spicy stuff, so it's great when my habanero plant starts to go. They don't even keep hot salsa in most of the stores here. So just so there's kind of a breakdown. I know it can get confusing over the phone. This is my road, so when I'm coming home from work, I come from that way. And then this road actually ends right there. And as you can see, there's the trailer. That's where I was standing earlier. So the camper and all that back there. It's really hard to see right now, but that driveway swoops around and comes up right here. And so the reason I did that is eventually, for one, it gives me 2 ways out and I can move stuff around easier. But eventually I want that to be where a shop is. That's always going to kind of be my main power grid where stuff's stored. Like I said, once I can get the house built, sell the camper, I will probably be using that space to put a shop in. And my hope is in the future I can maybe start flipping vehicles or something and get out of this remodel work, because I'm glad I know how to do it, but it gets old. So that's where we just came from. What I'm gonna do, kind of wish I hadn't piled these logs here, but I'm gonna move all these logs because this is already a pretty good hard packed area. I won't have to fight a driveway too much here. So those will move out of the way somewhere, and these will all be used for like fence posts or whatever I come up with. It's just stuff around. Hey, there's some wood here. I could eat that if I wanted to, or there was enough, but I don't, so it can just grow. Same thing. This was the easiest spot to set the tent up, but what's gonna happen is I'll be taking that down and it may get used as storage somewhere, but basically the driveway is gonna go right through here. In between these 2 trees, right about where the tent's sitting. And I'll kind of turn around and show you all that. So, oh, I'm not far enough back yet. Driveway will come right through there, and then I'm gonna turn straight around so we don't get too lost. Then we're coming through here, and you can kind of see on the right here, it's overgrown now, but I've stacked sticks so I can keep track of where I'm clearing and what I'm doing. So you keep walking, and basically right there on this stump, this will go away, and these bushes will get cut back a little bit, and we're moving along. In between the trees, I've cut all the vines out of this area. That's why that one's hanging. Some of them I'm leaving, you know. If it's not in my way, then it can stay. But, ooh, what's up, Big B? Keep on working my way down. And again, you can kind of see I've got logs marking this out. And come through here. And it's going to be kind of swoopy, but Ooh, man, there's a big temperature drop down once I went downhill. Coming through here. Damn, there's a bunch of gnats today. Get out of my face. And I had originally wanted to build over here somewhere, but that's one of the spots where I got to realizing there's just not enough room. And it would have been really tight. But I walked around a little bit. And I'm going to be getting a little close to the creek, but the way I'm building it off the hillside, I severely doubt it'll ever flood here. But basically, right around where these 3 trees are, those little ones will end up going away. And you can kind of see, especially if I get over here, there's a real big area right there. Once these 3 trees are out of it, then I've got plenty of room to build. So this is kind of the spot. And I'm wondering if y'all are going to be able to tell, but from where I'm standing, that is the creek / pond. And it'll get a lot bigger as time goes. And let me just kind of walk down there. Like a jungle in here. It was raining this morning. I'm going to try not to do too much work today, to be honest. I got to get back to work, and I woke up with I went to bed with a pretty gnarly crick in my neck, and it's kind of giving me some issues. It didn't rain much. No water in here. So, this is where the pond's going to start. I've dug it out a little bit. Actually, I'd almost like to come down here and dig a little deeper. Catch some more water, but I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. And that's the creek bed. And just to kind of walk y'all back through it, maybe give y'all a little bit more of a idea. It's kind of hard to see. It's not like I can go get the mower out and cut everything out. This is all rock and sticks and type of stuff I like. But so like right here about where I'm standing, so you see the 3 trees there, and then there's probably about 10 foot behind those. Even those dead ones are going to go away. But this whole area is going to end up being, I'd say near 40 by 40 of space with no trees in it. There's no big dead ones up over it. It's got plenty of room. But like what would happen, because I'm doing a 16 by 20 cabin, what would happen is about, head height where I'm standing on the bottom of this hill is probably about where my deck's gonna go. And the deck's not included in that 16 by 20. So when I go up to these trees here and turn around, you'll kind of see what I mean. It's gonna be a bit of a hillside, which is going to be a little bit more work for me, but yeah, it would be going straight out, and so like the deck will stick out around where that big tree is there, and probably be pretty close to that. So this gives me plenty of space. Even if I built something and wanted to add to it, I could do that, but way up off the road. I am going to have to put some thought into power and whatnot, but, I got plenty of time to figure that out. There's not a lot of sun in the woods, obviously. But a wind turbine, or just to make a even to be able to charge batteries up in the shop and bring a couple down to the house with me when I need to would work, and to have a small solar panel here. There's some options. I can think of all sorts of ways to make that work. I don't need a lot of power when I'm just in my cabin hanging out, but you do need a lot of power to just kind of run it. Your day-to-day life, you know, fridges and things of that nature. I'll be using a wood-burning stove, so it'll be more about firewood in the winter, but I guess I'll have to... They're still figuring to do there, but I definitely don't want to be up by this road. Hopefully next time I show you guys this, it'll be a little easier to follow. But, you know, there's that dead log coming in, and it just kind of swerves over and follows the line that somebody at one point was on this property. I don't know what they did or how long they had it, but I found a few spots where paths have already been made, so I'm going to try to utilize that. And we're back up here to where I first started and spent my first night on this property. You know, I slept in this tent like 2-3 days and got the camper here, and I hadn't even pulled my cot out of there yet. I've been so busy. And I guess just for the sake of it, this way. Hey, get out of the road. Just for the sake of it, we'll wander the driveway again. Full tour. I'm not doing anything that's worth recording actual work-wise. I mean, I know y'all don't want to sit here and watch me weed eat. So, and that hill got me. It's hard to tell how steep these hills are over the phone. We were pretty far down there. And yeah, man, it's starting to feel a lot more like a home and a lot less like a campsite at this point. Getting a couple days and being able to get things set up around here really helped me out. I hadn't done much around here at all. Other than that, I've been focused on that shower so much, I've been letting pretty well everything else go. So anyway, that's all I got today. I figured the dog's been getting antsy anyway, so I figured I'd take him in the woods and let him have a run about, and I wanted to go show you guys where I'm gonna put the place. So I can't wait to start doing that, but I got to get this shed built first, because as of right now I'm paying $121 a month for my storage unit in Springfield. It's got my drums and a bunch of music equipment, a few other things in there, just stuff I don't have anywhere to put it where it'll stay dry. So the sooner I get that shed done, the sooner my trailer will be empty. I won't be paying for a storage unit, and I'll have a fucking working fridge. Well, this fridge works, but it runs on propane. I'll have an actual full-size fridge that plugs in, and I don't have to worry about when it's going to run out. And I kind of have to always have a tank ready here, because I just never know when it's going to run out. But yeah, that's about the gist of it. Things are coming along. I need to take today easy, so I'm not going to start digging holes. Otherwise, I'll just be burnt out by the end of next week. So I'm going to kind of chill out around here today, and next time I get some time off, I'll probably be doing videos on getting some of those posts stood, getting the layout for it, trying to get things as square as possible. A building that big, I can't do too out of whack. It's not like it really matters, but I mean, it does when it comes to stacking my stuff in there and having square walls where everything will kind of fit. So I'm going to put a little more effort into making that right. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Thanks for checking it out.